She took a deep breath as she sat down against a tree. She sat down on the grass and felt the strength of the earth beneath her. She leaned back against the tree, feeling its strong trunk. It strengthened her own backbone, knowing she could lean against this strength that came so deeply rooted up. And she felt a certain sense of grace and covering as she felt the canopy of the shade of the tree. There was so much strength in just being here, sitting on the earth, leaning against this tree. With her eyes closed, she began to imagine, almost as though it were a daydream or a dream, where she saw the tree in rainbow colors. And she felt such strength being under the canopy of this rainbow tree. In her mind's eye, she stood up and she felt the strength from her feet all the way up to the top of her head. She put her shoulders back, lifted her heart to the sky, and felt incredible infilling of joy and deep peace. As she continued with this image, she sensed that in front of her was a beautiful being. It was incredibly beautiful, and yet it was almost as though she could feel its presence, like something was radiating from it. Coming into her, she felt this holiness, that it was so beautiful. It was as though she only sensed beauty and goodness and truth, that this was divine, standing in front of her. She felt like she was in awe and couldn't really even speak. She just was mesmerized by the beauty that was standing in her midst. She placed her hand on her own heart, and she felt as though she needed to bowing to this beauty, to this goodness, to this truth in her presence. And she felt a beautiful covering come over her, almost as though she was being given a cape or a coat that around her shoulders. And she felt as though something very deep was happening in her heart. She felt a deep security and safeness, being one, almost as though she was one with this spiritual being. She was one with God, one with this source of love and kindness and compassion, this source of beauty and truth and goodness. She took a deep breath and she began to sing. Ooh.